YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honor to the apostles of Israel, aka the apostles of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. All right, real quick, as the title says, it says, Esau sold his immortality for a morsel of food. Now, we get it in context. Now, the Lord always had it, the certain spirits get the kingdom. But the way he had it play out on earth is a part where, what I mean is, Esau sold immortality for a morsel of food, because he was never going to get it anyway. It was always meant to go to the sons of God. Now, it played out with that course of time that the birthright of the kingdom, everlasting life, immortality, do as far as the law went, it would have went to Esau. But the Lord had it, the drama master he is, he had to play out to where Esau sold it. He sold it to Jacob. But Jacob was already destined from the beginning to get it. But how he had it play out was like that. But, see, I was looking for a scripture earlier, and then it was in this chapter, and then I just, what I do is, if I get my reference, all right, that's the verse in, I usually just read the whole chapter. You know what I mean? However, the length. But, so I'm going to start at Hebrews, the 12th chapter. It says, Wherefore seeing we also are compassed about with so great a cloud of witnesses, let us lay aside every weight and the sin which doth so easily beset us. So like all the sin you got, you know what I'm saying? Like you don't think about life. And saying, let us run with patience the race that is set before us. So what is set before us? The kingdom. So we have to do everything that the Lord is pleased with to get in mercy for when YAHAWASHI comes back. Because he has immortality already, but there's some select men that's on the earth right now that don't have it. And he's going to give it to them as well. That's why also it says what? We should be joint heirs with YAHAWASHI. We should be glorified together. Okay, it says, looking unto YAHAWASHI, it says, it says the J word, but it says, looking unto YAHAWASHI, the author and finisher of our faith, who for the joy that was set before him endured the cross, despising the shame, and is set down at the right hand of the throne of Yahweh. So that's right now, YAHAWASHI is up there in the throne with the Father in the heavens. Verse 3 says, for consider him that endures such contradiction of sinners against himself. So people that sinned against him. Remember, he's the first spirit. He's the first. Everyone sinned against him. And for to get the context of it, every Israelite sinned under him. And all these other heathens, they don't matter anyway. He's about to just judge them and put them into slavery. But this is talking about, to Israel first. It's always to Israel first. It says, verse 3 says, for consider him that endures such contradiction of sinners against himself, lest ye be wearied and faint in your mind. So that's when you get faint on this side, man. When you start to, when affliction and all this starts to get to you, and you start to you're like, damn, it sucks. And you kind of get beside yourself. That's why he said earlier, he said, what, the sins that beset us. So like, take a moment away from your sin and think about what's to come and think about YAHAWASHI. Think about what he's about to spark off. And it said, sinners against himself, lest ye be weary and faint in your minds. Verse 4, it says, ye have not resisted unto blood, striving against sin. So you have not resisted unto blood. So you ain't really get to a real level to where your faith is proven. But, you had your trying moments, but he said you ain't had the triest of the triest moments. That's not even a word, but like, you ain't have the highest challenge yet, man. You ain't reached your Super Saiyan level. I hope that's not copyright. It says verse 5, and ye have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as unto children. My son, despise not the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him. So don't, what it says, don't, you have forgotten the exhortation which speaketh unto you as despise not. So don't despise it, learn from it, repent from it, because you're going to have those moments. All right. And it says, despise not the chastening of the Lord, nor faint when thou art rebuked of him, because we, as being part of the nation of Israel, we're always rebuked of YAHAWASHI. But to the elect, they're the ones that's feeling it right now. without Yahawashi being here and showing himself. That's why it says, try your faith. You have not striven unto blood yet. We have not reached our highest moment. It says verse 6, for whom the Lord loveth, he chasteneth, and scourgeth every son whom he receiveth. So you better hope, you just hoping like, hey man, it's being more driven closer to the Heavenly Father through Yahawashi. That's why Yahawashi is so important. He said he's the author and finisher of our faith. So it all starts and ends with Yahawashi. He said he's the Alpha and Omega. So whenever Yahawashi is reverend, whenever Yahawashi is mentioned, you have to remember that's your key to salvation if you're an Israelite man. So if you're not calling in the name of YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, which is the Heavenly Father's name through his son, you're not calling on anyone. So when Yahawashi comes back, who's going to protect you from him? I'm talking about to the nation of Israel. I'm not talking about to the other nations. I'm talking to the nation of Israel, the ones that knew the Heavenly Father and his son. The ones that, remember, he said when he came on earth, he was despised and rejected by many. That was Israel. He was despised by his own people. It says his own people. His own people said, crucify him, man. So, and scourge of every son whom he received. Now, Yahawashi is his first spirit he created, the first son. His first. And he scourged him for the rest of his sons. Because Yahawashi was on the glory side. He had to come down and go through that so we could get that, what he has with the Father, Yahawah. It says verse 7, if ye endure chastening, Yahawah deal with you as with sons. For what son is he whom the Father chasteneth not? So what son has not received an ass whooping from his father? What son has not been chastised by his father? No son. And well, figuratively speaking, because the Lord is scourging all his sons of Israel, but only the elect are the ones taking heed. The elect are the only ones that's not despising it, but embracing it. He said, well, Paul said, what? I take, I forget the exact word, but he said, I take that in all my afflictions, man, and all my infirmities, man. Makes me strong. You know what I'm saying? The spirit makes you strong no matter what weaknesses you have in your body. Verse 8, and it reads, but if ye be without chastisement, whereof all are partakers, then are ye bastards and not sons. So are ye bastards and not sons? No, you want to be the sons of God, right? You claim to be the sons of God. But the majority of our people are not being like the sons of God. I'm talking about the men of Israel, the men of the seed of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. If you're not pushing YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, you are not on the right side. Or you're even trying to be on the right side, because if you're pushing another God's name in general, you already are on the wrong side. It's simple. It's simple. It says, verse 9, and here's where it gets good. It says, furthermore, we have had fathers of our flesh which corrected us, and we gave them reverence. So your father on earth, whose loins you came out, the actual fleshly loins, the testicles, the nuts. It says, and we gave them reverence. Shall we not much rather be in subjection unto the Father of spirits and live? So the Father of spirits, every spirit, the people, the animals, the creatures, the sea creatures, the birds, all of that. He said, all that is mine. He said, all things exist through me because of me. Yahawah said that. And he gave all that to Yahawashi. That's the moral of the story. Yahawashi is about to take back the earth and put righteousness back on it and cast evil out. That goes to you first, Idumeans, Esau. You central bankers, you elite. Man, Yahawashi got your number, man. The heavens got your tab for what you did to the people on earth, to his people that's on earth. And you try to go up in the space, and you're trying to go, you're underground, you're everywhere, man. Defiling the earth. That's what you're doing. You defiling the earth and the things that are in. Because you are an evil spirit. The Lord made your vessels, the spirits of Esau's, and is in those vessels to the wrath. The people he hate. Verse 10, it says, For they verily for a few days chastened us after their own pleasure. For a few days. So all the times, all the lives we went through getting chastised by our fathers, he said that was just for a few days. But a few days us after their own pleasure, but he for our profit. So when Yahawah scourges us and chastises us, it's to our profit. That we might be partakers of his holiness. And that's through what? YAHAWASHI. Because YAHAWASHI was the one that took that beating for us. So he was the one that lost it first. He lost it first as Adam. So all that time he just had, he had a little peace with Solomon, but even that was no immortality on earth. When he had that, he was as Adam. And he lost it. Because of these, he's going to get to it. No. All right, verse 11, it says, now no chastening for the present seemeth to be joyous. So we know, the Lord knows it ain't cool. The Lord knows it hurts you. The Lord knows, like, damn, it's vexing. But grievous nevertheless. Remember, it didn't say remember, but I'm saying, like, that's what it means. Afterward, it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. Because when you go through stuff, especially in the daughter of Babylon, when you go through little afflictions, the way the righteousness comes back and curves around to it, it's beautiful. That's what he said. He said, now no chastening for the verse, it's Hebrews 12 and 11. Now no chastening for the present time seeming to be joyous, but grievous nevertheless. Afterward, it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. And ultimately, that's going to be the kingdom when Yahawashi returns. Because that's really what we're going through all of this for. We have to bear our burden. We have to carry that burden. Make sure our weight is, put our weight in the body of Yahawashi. Because you ain't going to just get it just not serving him. Remember, he served for eternity. Once you got the knowledge of Yahawashi, if you are of the hope of elect, you would have started to, eventually your life would have been around doing everything pleasing unto Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahawashi. And that's according to the scriptures. It says, verse 12, wherefore, lift up the hands which hang down and the feeble knees. So you can have little things in your body type shit. You can have little issues going on in your day to day. But it says, verse 13, and make straight paths for your feet, lest that which is lame be turned out of the way, but let it rather be healed. So let the lame be healed rather than turned away. So let it be healed. So when you get the scourging, let that heal you more. Let that go. Take the positive aspect of any scourgings from Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahawashi. That's what you got to think about. Think about the benefit it is to you to know why this is happening. And to all right, so I got to move a different way. Do this, do that, do that, do this. You know what I'm saying? Do this kind of way. Okay? Verse 14, it reads, follow peace with all men and holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord. So without peace, follow peace with all men and holiness, without which no man shall see the Lord. So without peace, you can't see the Lord. So we ain't in peace yet. Yahawashi is about to bring back the peace to Israel. He's about to bring back the peace to his chosen nation. To the men the 144,000 men that come of the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. It don't matter about no one else. It's all a matter of the elect, and then the whole 1/3 as a whole. But that 144,000 souls, the 12,000 men that are holding the spirit, the vessels that are holding the spirits of those spirits, the vessels holding those spirits, the deliverance they shall receive. Those are the ones that's when Yahawashi comes out, they're going to be lifted up with him. The 144,000. That number is very popular already. 144,000. To come back on the earth and be with Yahawashi to inflict righteousness on the earth. To tell her, yo, this is about to be the new government forever. Get used to this. Heathen and Jake. The Jakes that's going to see this place destroyed. Yeah, you're going to understand. You're going to see the Lord before he fries you. We ain't trying to get fried. That's why we push Yahawah BAHASHAM Yahawashi. Because he said, I'm about to come back and fry motherfuckers, man. Crispy barbecue. The day shall be as a day in the oven. It says, verse 15, looking diligently, lest any man fail of the grace of Yahawah, lest any root of bitterness springing up trouble you, and thereby many be defiled. So you letting this stuff really bother you? Now, of course, when I say it's going to bother you, it's going to like make you feel away. But he says, looking diligently, lest any man fail of the grace of Yahawah, lest any root of bitterness springing up trouble you. So all this is bitterness, man. The Lord knows it's bitterness. Paul knew it was bitter here, man. The prophet knew it was going to be bitter for the latter days. The angel Uriel told Esdras how crazy it's going to get. He told the prophets knew. He said, like, yo, it's going to be crazy. It said many more shall perish than be saved. 2/3 of Israel is the majority, is more of a portion than the 144,000 and the 1/3 fractions. It says, verse 16, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. Now, like I said, he sold immortality. Now, granted, it was always going to go to Jacob. But the way it played out for Esau to think he had it, remember, Esau right now, in this day and age, he's trying to get what? Immortality. And it's going to go, so it says, verse 16 again, this is Hebrew 12 and 16. Now, think about immortality. He sold his birthright for immortality, and look how he's moving now. Lest there be any fornicator or profane person, ungodly person, because profane means ungodly, as Esau, who for one morsel of meat sold his birthright. So he got the birthright of what? Of the firstborn son of Isaac. So that birthright was supposed to be everything that, you know what I'm saying, that Jacob got. But he thought he was going to get it. He was technically supposed to get it if you go through the brass tacks of the actual law. But the Lord, remember, the Lord, YAHAWASHI is the finisher and the author and finisher of our faith. It went away to where he deceived. He said what? The deceive and the deceiver his. He deceived Esau into like, yo, just for order's sake, you gonna sell a birthright to Jacob. Jacob was already set to get it from the beginning, but the way it played out in that particular time in history, he sold it to Jacob for a morsel of food, a morsel of meat. Hold up. Morsel of meat sold his birthright. Verse 17, for ye know how that afterward, for ye know. He's talking to, for ye know how that afterward, when he would have inherited the blessing, he was rejected. For he found no place of repentance, though he sought it carefully with tears for that birthright. So that's what he's doing right now. He's trying to seek it out with tears. He's trying to get immortality by his own technology. But he's not going to get it. And he knows that Jacob is about to get that promise lifted for him because he received this part of the deal. Esau still got a blessing. He got the fatness of the earth, but he got it through the sword. He got to rule, but he didn't get the everlasting kingdom. And his latter end was supposed to be what? When that fire come, the second judgment, the second death. The Lord said, well, I shall not meet thee the second time again with water. I'm going to burn people. He's the people of his curse, the people that he hates. He said he hated Esau. Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. For Esau is the end of the world. Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. The everlasting world through who his son YAHAWASHI. That's what's about to go down. Verse 18. It says, for ye are not come unto the mount that might be touched, and that burn with fire, nor unto blackness and darkness and tempest. Oops, excuse me. Tempest. Verse 19. And the sound of a trumpet and the voice of words, which voice they that heard entreated that the word should not be spoken to them anymore. So they rejected the word. People rejected most of the majority of Israel rejected the word of Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. So they rejected YAHAWASHI. For they could not endure that which was commanded, and if so much as beasts. And that was at the time of Moses. Also, you got to think about the time of Moses. In the time of Moses in the wilderness, they said, yo, this basically, like, yo, pleading with, like, going back to Egypt, basically. That's what was happening. Trying to go back. It was getting a little too, I guess, unpredictable and too, like, I guess, not to their liking. You know, Jake always got to be bougie in slavery. It says, for they could not endure that which was commanded. And if so much as a beast touched the mountain, it shall be stoned or thrust through with the dart. Now, that was in the book of Exodus. The 19th chapter. It said the rule of if anybody touched the top of the mount, they was to get stoned or shot, thrust through and through. Verse 21, and it says, and so terrible was the sight that Moses said, I exceedingly fear and quake. So after Moses saw the Lord, he said, I exceedingly fear and quake. Verse 22, but ye are come unto Mount Zion and unto the city of the living God, the heavenly Jerusalem, and to an innumerable company of angels. But who was the first angel? YAHAWASHI, the angel without measure. But he said you're going to come into a innumerable company of angels. An innumerable company of angels. An innumerable company of angels of YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. That's what's going to make the world fear and quake. Everybody going to feel that. These heathens going to feel it. They're going to know that there's only one God, the God of Israel, and his name is Yahweh through that son, his son named YAHAWASHI. And we had his people in derision. We afflicted his people. That's why they're going to be always pleading to what? To please us. Because the only way that YAHAWASHI is not going to put a foot in, well, he can do whatever, but it's going to, he said, what? Ye shall be sanctified in the sight of many nations, the nation of Israel, the ones of the promise, the sons of light, the children of the light, the sons of God, but starting with the 144,000 spirits of Israelite men that could have fallen, that will be raised up, that are here now and going to be raised up too, and be raised into a heavenly body. That's what the goal is, immortality. And here it is, you devils, you Edomites, you gonna blame your forefather Esau. He said you gave all of that up for a piece of meat. That's why, like, yo, that 1,000 years of your captivity, when the curses fall on you. I'm talking when the curses fall on Esau, because it's gonna fall on all you nations. But when it falls on you, Esau, you are going to fear and quake every day for your existence the whole time. And the Lord said to give unto her double, unto double. First fill the cup. First fill the cup of recompense, and then give unto her double unto double. That's what's about to happen. That's what they scared of. The promise, the immortality that's going to be endowed to Jacob, the children of Israel. The first fruits, the first spirits of righteousness after YAHAWASHI. The army. Verse 23 says, to the general assembly and the church of the firstborn. Hold up. To the general assembly and the church of the firstborn spirit. The first spirit that the Lord created, YAHAWASHI. Which are written in heaven, and to Yahweh, the judge of all, and to the spirits of just men made perfect. The just men made perfect, those will only be Israelites, man. Only Israel. The nation of Israel, the so-called black people, the so-called Hispanic people, Latino people, so-called Native American people, so-called Western Indian people, and the people of the descent, the bloodline of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob that have received the ultimate hell on the earth at this present age. That's what's about to go down, and we about to be delivered out of here. That's what the Lord said. That's what immortality is. You got the strikes, you come through it, you get immortality through YAHAWASHI scourges. So we're going to get scourged here. And you have to accept it. And he said, think of YAHAWASHI first, whom took the beating for sins, and he sinned not. That's what's about. He's coming back with the fire. Hold up. Hold up. It says, verse 24, and to YAHAWASHI, the mediator of the new covenant, and to the blood of sprinkling that speaketh better things than that of Abel. Abel was the first, Cain and Abel. Cain killed Abel. First murderer, Cain, the same spirit that's in Esau, Edom. He hasn't got touched. He's gone the whole way without getting scourged. The scourges come now. This is your latter end. Your latter end of polluting the earth, putting wickedness on the earth and putting it on the children of Israel. No longer you going to be able to defile them. The Lord said, no longer shall the uncircumcised come through unto thee and afflict thee and enslave thee. Verse 25, see that ye refuse not him that speaketh, for if they escape not who refuse him that spake on earth, much more shall we not escape if we turn away from him that speaketh from heaven. That speaketh from heaven. He talk about, yo, you ignoring the ones that's speaking on the earth to you from heaven. But what about the one that's coming directly from heaven? We are still in mortal bodies. We do not have immortality yet. We still get sick. But the spirit of YAHAWASHI, YAHAWASHI, those are the men that the earth is going to have to fear now. And only people that's going to fear is the ones that know exactly what it is. And that's to the other side. The children of the wicked, that son of perdition, his children. This is against you. This is against you. Esau, Edom, Amalek. Against you from YAHAWASHI. He's directing it from the heaven. He's directing to your downfall and to Israel being delivered. And to the Israelites that rejected it, you are going to be judged with the heathen. Like a heathen. That's why the Lord said you should fear him. It said Moses said he feared and he quaked. He shaked in the presence. Man, reading on. Verse 26. It said, whose voice then shook the earth. But now he had promised, saying, yet once more I shake not the earth only, but also heaven. He's going to shake heaven and earth. Those missiles, when YAHAWASHI come back with that fire, it's going to be crazy pain. It's going to be like, that's something that's not man-made. Like the chariots, for one. The chariots are making more appearances and sightings, and now they want to speak about them more and more. Yeah, that's because your downfall. Even to some of our people, that's still to your downfall. Because the Lord's going to start with us niggas too. Well, the people that's called so-called niggas, Negroes, Latinos, Native Americans, whatever byword you want to say, Hispanics, minorities, Jacob, Israel. It says, verse 27, and this word yet once more signified the removing of those things that are shaken, as of things that are made, that those things which cannot be shaken may remain. Wherefore we receiving a kingdom which cannot be moved. So he's comparing it to something that be shaken that never moved. Our kingdom is going to be immovable. No one's going to take, once YAHAWASHI inflicts his rulership back on earth, no one can take it from him. It's eternal dominion, and he's going to do it through the Israelites and through himself from the Father, Yahweh. It says, wherefore we're receiving a kingdom which cannot be moved. Let us have grace whereby we may serve Yahweh acceptably with reverence and godly fear. Verse 29, the last verse to end it off. This is how the Lord ended the verse, ended the chapter. For our God is a consuming fire, case closed. The Lord said he's going to plead with all flesh with fire. He is a consuming fire. That's why the Lord said, no man has seen the Lord and live. What man has seen a fire that he cannot quench, he cannot put out, that will not destroy him? He is a consuming fire. Fire kills quick. It burns you quick. He is a consuming fire, so he is the fire. He is the energy source, Yahweh. And he gave that devouring fire, that consuming fire to YAHAWASHI. That's why he can't die, because everything is killed by fire. That's how body's going to be pure. It's going to be a consuming fire. The nation of Israel, the princes of the power, that devouring fire, that consuming fire, he's going to put on the elect first when YAHAWASHI returns. That's the goal. Fuck everything else. Nothing else matters. The Lord said he's going to shake up the earth and heaven. When these devils that passed on, he's going to put those evil spirits back in those vessels. And they're going to burn. And they're going to burn while they see YAHAWASHI and the holy angels instead of an innumerable company of angels. That's what he's about to put back on earth as it is in heaven. The elect, the 144,000 men, they're going to be angels on earth. Gods. They're going to say what? What did she say in What did Will Smith ask Charlize Theron? Even though that's Hollywood shit, but what the conversation? He's asked her, what are we? She said, some called us gods, immortals. Esau trying to get immortality because he sold that right. He said he sought it carefully with tears. These are his tears. These are his actions that's called, give me immortality. But you can't get it. It wasn't for you. It wasn't for none of you other nations. It's for the Israelites. The house of David first. And then everybody else after. That's what's about to happen. So, with that, Lord willing, this is edifying. We give all praises to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Kakadash. Double honor to the Apostle of Israel, aka the Apostle of Great Millstone, and peace and love to all the Akim. Continue to preach the truth and all truth and sincerity. Shalom. Yeah, I know I'm sweating like a pig, but fuck it. Shalom.